I know.
That's crazy. What's up, big dog? You look like you making money now. You look tired now. I told you it was gonna turn up in the summer. I told you.
Jay Wise,
Survive the winter.
can you tell me what everything you do?
Well, I pretty much do everything. I just are we recording now?
I think so.
Are we recording?
Yes.
Well, pretty much right now I'm managing artists. I'm producing. I got back into directing again. I just directed No Cap Video, Trip to Hit Major. And, I went to school for media production, which I was
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yes. I started out playing basketball, and I wasn't interested in music at all because my sister was in this dance group with Rico Wade and Sleepy Brown called Guess. So I used to just look at them like they was crazy. I wish I would have got into it back then.
Right.
But, I was just playing sports, and, I thought that was like a long process of like getting paid. But not knowing basketball, it's like you got to be a special person to make the league, you know what I'm saying? So when my hoop dreams got deflated, I hit the streets, got in trouble, and that was part of my probation, is to get a college degree, to get off probation, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, what can I do where I won't be in the cubicle all day long?
Yeah.
And I was just like, well, music and video. So I went to AIU, and you know what I'm saying, from there, I met this guy named Delino the Shields. He's a baseball player. He had a studio in his house, and he had no idea as his producer. That's Dion. Dion was a dude that taught Kanye West how to make, beats and stuff. Yeah, so from there, you know what I'm saying, I got woofed off doing video stuff he played for the Cubs. I did his last year of videography and doing a documentary on his last season. And I met everybody. Like, everybody used to come to the house, the studio house that he had. Drama and them was there with Ramona the Bro, like Raheem and all, the guys from Chicago that No ID had, like Common, and all these guys was coming over there. So I kind of got thrown into it. It was like fast tracking to the music, you know what I'm saying?
So more specifically, like Billions, is that the label that you're working under, or is that your label? And how does that drive you?
Yeah, Billions is just something that I was manifesting through the Playlist Academy because I was reading this book called Powernomics. And it's just pretty much like putting 10 people together. With these 10 people, you can generate in your community and keep the money circulating, and it'll add up to $1 billion.
Through 10 people?
Through 10 people.
I can fuck with that.
Yeah, so that's why when I do the Playlist Academy, I try to have 10 people in a class so they can become more have a family bond and stuff like that, and just have a community to where they can circulate the money around each other. So somebody might be good at beats, somebody might be good at artwork, somebody might be just dope with writing. But their egos get in the way a lot of times, so they'll do good and have hundreds of people come out, but then their egos are getting in the way, and they're kind of they don't understand the real mission of what they're put together for.
So who makes up your existing team right now that kind of executes a lot of your ideas, your showcases, your playlist parties, your album releases, your creatives?
Oh, well, right now it's pretty much it's all kind of like me, and then we teamed up with Dallas, and the artists pretty much have their own ideas, and he have he have somebody doing admin for us, and then he also have somebody that handle all the content to produce all the assets for us to make us be consistent, to put it out in a timely fashion. So that's pretty much how that's pretty much going right now. But the Playlist part and the Playlist Academy, I pretty much did that by myself.
Right.
That's pretty much like a brand that's been stamped in the city for years now. I started off doing that with Maurice Garland, but when we started tapping into the younger crowd, he wasn't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know how we had an older crowd at first. Yeah. Yeah. So when I started trying to get a youngins a chance, that was doing too much, Man Savage was up there, he was acting crazy a little bit, or just people were just, it was just a little bit too much for him, so he kind of tapped out, and I kept it going, you know, by, you know, having like little youngins like Cody Shane, and now when they was 15, y'all used to cuss me out for that. You remember?
Definitely. Yes, absolutely.
So,
I remember.
and you know, it's all about having like y'all, these kids gonna grow up. So if you get them young, they have more shelf life and more like time to like build their community and build their fan base up, and they grow with them. Because like these dollars are gonna become more mature, and they're gonna have more money as they grow. So that's why they pretty much try to get an artist young. But now with the internet, it don't matter what age you are now. You can still make it happen now because of social media now. You know how it is right now.
So kind of turning this into a teaching moment for somebody that's kind of independently working, doing their own videos, kind of how you started with Playlist Party. What's a piece of advice you can do about finding a team or operating without a team with low budget startup style?
Well, first you got to find people that believe in your product, believe in you, because it's like gonna be a lot of times when you can't. It's gonna be you can't pay them right then. You know, like,
Yeah.
and if they believe in you. That's it could be your manager, that could be your videographer, or that could be your person that just handle your emails until, you know, you get your team. But you got to be focused first. You got to have something. You have to be the person. The artist had to have the drive themselves to keep them interested and wanting to help them out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you did it with Aubrey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, I was like, oh, she fire. You look like, oh, she is fire. Then next thing you know, y'all had a deal. Y'all got some buzz off of her immediately.
Well, that kind of goes into the, like, what are some bad traits that make somebody not manageable? You know,
well,
somebody
bad traits that make somebody not manageable is somebody that don't, you know, show up on time, that's not consistent, you know, somebody that, you know, their ego's in the way and they think they're bigger than what they are, and they going off likes off Instagram, which means nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because it don't translate into physical fans showing up in the building, you know. So it's like, all right, you can't sell, you book out our bar, right? And 10 people don't even come see you perform, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, how can you be fine and you don't have 10 people show up?
Yeah. What about working with the record label?
Well, working with the record label is a little bit difficult, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to meet deadlines. And, you know, when you're used to doing things by yourself and you don't understand the time of getting things to the DSPs in the 3 weeks before 3 weeks to pitch it to the editorials, which is the only thing that means everything right now. You know, like streaming, they don't care about radio, they just care about data. Right. So if you're just throwing something out there without rolling it out properly, you don't have a chance to, like, get people behind you. So it's like you had to have somebody championing you around. Like, I got to get Sarah on the team, I got to get you on the team, but if I'm keep pushing it back, it's like you're going to lose your momentum. It's like, oh, you don't have your shit together. You know what I'm saying? So
No,
it's
definitely. I saw some impressive ads you did with Mercy.
Oh yeah, Mercy is he's partnered with a lot of brands like Champion and
Vans too, right? Was it Vans?
It's not Vans, Belk.
Belk, maybe that's
yeah,
what it was.
World of Soccer.
Yeah.
Adidas, World of Soccer. And,
That's what it was. It was Adidas.
Yeah,
Yep.
Adidas and
How do you work with brands like that? How do you land big sponsorships like that, or whatever type of relationships?
well, pretty
those
much
are?
they pretty much have when it comes to modeling, they have an agent of their own. So you got to get an agent. Like with music, you got to have a booking agent to really get you on the shows. Like, so you're trying to build up your brand enough to where a booking agent will keep you consistently getting work. So that's what this whole goal is when you're running around here. Is like you want to do something with shows, like with venues that keep track of your data, so they can pass it along to make the a booking agent interested in you to open up. It's like, okay, a popular act coming to town, they're gonna be like, hey, this person right here bring out 200 people. Right. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have that data, and you would never get booked.
So even an artist themselves has to keep track of that. They should have like a pitch kind of
email.
ready.
You know how you collect all the emails? That's all it is. So you can send out your blast.
So you say, I have a network of this many people.
Yes.
I did a show on this date and brought this many people, and they need to kind of format it in a way that's presentable to a booking agent to say yes or no, and they kind of pick from there?
Yes.
That makes sense. Could you tell me about like a recent artist or maybe like an entertainment campaign you saw? Maybe that's not yours that you thought was impressive, like something that's going on right now?
Well, I always like how Travis Scott partners up with a lot of different brands. Like he might have his own merch release, partner with McDonald's or with Nike or with pretty much everybody is trying to partner up with him because his email list is so fucking impressive to where he can put any product out and it reach millions of people at one time.
From like a branding standpoint then, what do you think makes Atlanta so marketable, so brandable, like to land some of these larger gigs like what Travis Scott and stuff is doing?
Atlanta is just a creative place, and there's a lot of creatives here, and there's a lot of activations going on, and tastemakers, like all the style and stuff all the style and all the creativity come from Atlanta first. They steal our juice first. It's like, if you really look at Travis Scott, or even look at Kanye, looked like he went to Mays High School when he first started, when he just had polos on, and just a little pretty boy look. That was just like somebody from the Southwest Atlanta going to a preppy school. Or, you know, you look at Young Thug, how he changing the culture with his dressing style. You know, he got Spider right now. I think it's doing good. And it's like that whole little campaign and wave of a street culture, you know what I'm saying, with fashion included into it, is what's making him so attractive right now, you know.
So who on your roster, your artist roster right now, your main focus currently for the summer?
Well, I'm focused on all of them. You have Johnny Apollo right here.
Yeah, who all is on your roster?
Yeah. You have Johnny Apollo, which is the first person I started to manage.
Years ago.
Yes,
I remember this.
Yes, he was one in the first Playlist Academy.
I remember this.
Then, you know, I had Trip. Trip came around. He was starting around. Few brought Trip up. You know, I used to manage Few. Few was one of the first artists I ever tried to manage right here.
Is this a thing? I didn't know.
Few right here. This guy right here. So,
how have your practices changed over time since we first met?
Well, I just done calmed down a lot. I'm not as aggressive as I used to be. You know, it's just saying.
Can you zoom in on my face? Can you just zoom in on my?
I'm not as aggressive as I used to be about, you know, when things don't go your way, you just can't. You still had to be diplomatic with people so that, you know, they can still be team J-Wise or team whoever it is. You know, you got to figure out a way to be diplomatic and do it the right way as far as communication go. You know what I'm saying? So you just can't be a hothead out here.
What keeps you up at night?
Billions, trying to get $1 billion. Thinking about being like, you know, having leaving a legacy for my family. You know, my daughter, you know, she graduated from college, you know, so it's like.
How old is she now?
She's 22 now, you know what I'm saying? So it's like thinking about how you can just leave a legacy like Matty P did. Matty P's gone and he left his family. He sold 100 pairs, so that's probably like $30,000 already in 2 days, you know what I'm saying? So
it's insane. Yeah. Could you tell us more about the project? Because I still don't fully understand, because I know he was making this shoe before he passed.
So he had one colorway out, which is the colorway I have on right now, which is the red and white. He did 50 pairs of those. That was his first order.
Like the prototype type of
thing? So he got to feel and start, you know, building his brand from those 50 pairs. So before he passed, he already placed his order for 200 shoes in this colorway right there. It just took a second before they got here. So they landed maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So that's when they released them. So it's like he had a website in place where he can just receive the money, got everything set up properly. But he left something for his parents, you know. Yeah. That's cool. He said 200 pair of these, you know, left his family $60,000. And then he also did another prototype with another color too that just happened to drop that we didn't know about.
It came out already? So
all
of them are.
No, it's a whole different colorway that he had
wow.
that just popped up in the mail. We didn't even know he did that. So.
Damn. So this shoe right here is available for purchase now.
Yeah, it's available for purchase right now. It's $2.99. You know what I'm saying? It's worth it, man. It's a great colorway. It's based off the Union, which is one of the hardest shoes to get in Nike. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of our favorite pair. Like I told him about those shoes, and he got them before I got them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This particular colorway. You know, so it's like it's crazy that that's the one that's dropped right now, and I'm helping promote right now. So
do you know how many shoes are left?
It's 80 pair left.
80 pairs left?
80 pair left right now.
I appreciate it. As far as Billions go, what's one thing about Billions that should make your contemporaries nervous?
What'd you say again?
What's one thing about Billions, the label, that should make your contemporaries or your competitors nervous?
Oh, Billions, I'm just building the brand, so it's just building up my data on that before I put some money out. But on Billions with the artists, so they can just go up through there. I'm just building my network. So that's what should make them nervous, is because I'm in the streets. And I pick them first, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows I pick the artists. I tell them about them. I know who's gonna win. And even though when people don't believe in me, I just like, they about to blow. 21 Savage, I called him. I was telling Sean, like, I was banged up for a second. And I was like, hey man, you heard of Key? They're like, nah. You heard of Man Savage? Nah. They're like, 21 Savage, that's who I know about. They was rapping the songs in there, and I was like, what the fuck? How y'all don't know about the people that put them on? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but that's when I know. It's like when you banged up, the jail always let you know who's gonna blow next. Young Thug, they let you know. Even August Alsina, that's when I knew August Alsina was gonna blow. When they were singing that song with him and Trinidad James, in there, you like, it translates different, because that's all they do is just look at videos over and over and over and listen to the music over and over again. You know, so it's like, that's my cheat code. I can just ask the people in jail. Yeah, I ask people in jail, like, what they listening to.
Yep. Does anybody have questions for Jay Wise? Oh, where are we going? All right, come on. I'm going to work my way to you. Let me move on.
What up, gang? Congratulations on the shoes. R.I.P. Matty P.
Yes.
I just wanted to know if you had a blueprint of CEOs or people that's in your genre that you looked up to and use as a foundation for what you do, or inspiration of what you did.
Oh, yeah. I mean, first of all, I look at somebody like Niles Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all know who Niles Rodgers is. You know what I'm saying? He was like one of the first people that got into distribution and owning his own masters. You know what I'm saying? His song was the song that was sampled with the Sugar Hill Gang. That was like, you know, so I go back and look at people like that. Of course, Barry Gordy, and how he, with Motown, how he used to have his little way of picking a hit, you know, like 10 people had to approve it. We like just throw music out here now, and it's like no quality control over it. Of course, you know, right now I like how QC, I like how YSL is running their stuff. It's like they producing some artists, and they letting everybody on their platform, on their roster, blow up a little bit or get some shine. Who else got a good proof? What's Kendrick Lamar? Kendrick Lamar and them label. TDE, Top Dog now. I like Love Renaissance, how Love Renaissance doing, they building their brand. Yeah, you know, let's go. Everybody that's being successful, I pretty much pay attention to them and just try to get a little piece of their formula and put it with mine. You got it?
What's up, buddy?
What's up?
You got some shoes with you today?
I have some with me, but these are already sold. One pair is mine, and you know, one pair is my boy Brandy's. He's probably coming up there. Bame in the building. What's up, Bame? How you doing?
So I gotta put in a pre-order.
Yeah, no, you can just order them now and just tell them that like, I want Jay Wise to deliver it to me, and I'll pick them up and give them to you. We can give them today if you order it now. I can get them for you.
Okay. Anybody else?
So basically what you do, you do management too?
Yes, sir.
How many artists do you take on at a time? Or?
Well, I only took, have you ever seen Jerry Maguire?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Johnny was my first artist that I just thought Jerry Maguire have like a boutique management type of thing, and just, you know, stay down with somebody and just not give up on them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so like, people wanted me to like, hey man, you should have stayed down with Jack Harlow. You should have stayed down with Cody Shane. I was like, but they already have their team. I want to build something from the ground up, you know, and you know, see the fruits of that. Yeah, hard work. I think of it like kudzu or bamboo. It take 4 years to get to the surface, and like once it hit, it just sprout out. You know what I'm saying? Kudzu, right? Is it kudzu or bamboo?